So I broke my finger, which really sucks. Playing cricket on Friday night, I was bowling and the batsman smacked the ball back at me, and I put my hand out instinctively to try and stop it, and the ball smashed into the bottom of my finger. It hurt like hell. I carried on bowling, trying to take the batsman's head off for doing that to me. Did bowl a good over after that, and then tried to bat with a broken finger, which was not much fun. Woke up Saturday morning and my finger had really swollen up. Check out my Twitter timeline for some pictures on it. Did a gig on Sunday in Westminster. The reason I've not been able to vlog is because A, it's been so painful, and B, things have been so busy. So played a Jazz Vespers on Sunday night with the splint on. Some of it I kind of readjusted playing the saxophone so that I was using my pinky finger. Sorry, non-saxophone players, it's going to be a bit boring. So kind of using the G-sharp finger to cover over and play like that, and not use the finger to play the saxophone. And that kind of really didn't work, so I kind of used the splint for a bit, but it hurt, really hurt. Anyway, I'm whinging and moaning. I'm just grateful because part of the reason of having to go and see the surgeon today was there was a possibility they may have to pin my finger, which was really not good news. It could ruin the dexterity I've got in it, and that was actually, when they said that to me on Saturday, I don't mind saying I was a little bit worried and a bit upset, but good news is that's not going to happen. I can't believe I've forgotten it's the 12th of July today. The reason I say that is one of my most popular compositions is the Cave Hill Stomp, which I kind of wrote tongue-in-cheek when I was living in Belfast. Now, Belfast is a city that likes to march, and on the 12th of July there's lots of marching going on. A lot of it is quite contentious. There's normally quite a bit of rioting.
Mayhem on the streets of Belfast city centre tonight as police dealt with violent disturbances on Royal Avenue.
But there's another city in the world that likes to march, and that's New Orleans. So many years ago I started thinking, what would happen if Belfast could learn to march like New Orleans? And the Cave Hill Stomp was the composition I came up with, and I recorded it on meta-narrative, and you can hear a little bit now. And don't forget, watch me playing it live at the Southport Jazz Festival supporting Kyle Eastwood here. And also check out one of my students playing it with his band here. You can catch it on this little link here. So that's the story of the Cave Hill Stomp. If you've been out celebrating the 12th, maybe I'll do another video episode or make a film about the 12th one day. Not just yet though. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, then you're probably relatively lucky. But that was the story about the Cave Hill Stomp, and I didn't think a vlog episode on the 12th of July could pass without some reference to the Cave Hill Stomp. So I want to reflect on my finger and something that has been said, the closest that the British have to a national religion, and that's our health service. And a lot of people from across the world go on about our NHS, but I am today more proud of it than I ever have been. You know, on Friday night I had an injury from playing sport. I was able to go to hospital on the Saturday morning, be seen and x-rayed, and out the door within a couple of hours with a follow-up treatment booked for today. Today I was in and out of the hospital in an hour. I saw a surgeon who was able to give me a course of treatment and protect my job, protect my livelihood, protect my career, protect something I've worked so hard at for so long. and it cost me nothing at the point of access. I didn't have to pay anything. I didn't have to fill any insurance forms in. It was just there. That's incredible. That when accidents or events happen over which I have no control, there is this service there. And I don't want to get political in my vlog too much because I know it might turn some people off. But there are events happening in Britain, and there has been in the last month, which have just been really crazy. And something really bad has happened tonight, in my opinion, in that the Labour Party, which I am currently a member of, but for how much longer I don't know, which I've worked really hard for in the last 2 elections, is basically committing suicide. It's ripping itself apart over its current leader. And we don't know which way it's going to happen, but this country is taking some really strange turns at the minute, and we don't know what our new Prime Minister, who starts tomorrow, thinks about our NHS. Is she one of these Conservatives who want to privatise it? We don't know. I don't know anyway. We always knew with Cameron that he kept that at the forefront because he knew from a strategic point of view that it would cost him a lot of votes. Because I remember going to see my grandparents in hospitals that were falling apart. I remember going to see my auntie in a hospital where the paint was peeling off the walls. And then I remember the amazing hospital my daughter was born into 10 years later, after the Labour government had committed so many resources to the National Health Service. And I'm proud of what happened today, and that's under some years of Conservative government. But unless Labour has a credible leader which can look like an alternative government and become the government at the next election, I don't know whether in 10 years' time, if I broke another finger, I'd be able to get treated in such an amazing way that I have for no upfront fee. And just an aside on the finger situation, I was commenting to Katie that really I haven't had this length of break. Basically, the doctors said to me I can't play for 4 weeks. That's the longest I will have ever gone without playing since I picked up the saxophone 8 weeks before my 10th birthday. So think about me. I'm going to try and listen a bit more. I'm going to do some interesting vlogs, I hope, for you guys. But I'm a bit worried. I'm a bit worried about what's going to happen with the finger, how it's going to play when it heals, and if it heals. Hopefully it will, and everything will be back to normal. So I'm really grateful for our NHS, but I'm really fearful that unless there is a strong Labour Party, and it was the Labour Party that set up the health service, unless there's a strong Labour Party with a strong leader, then I fear for what will happen. And we say a lot in this country about how wonderful we think the NHS is, and it can become a bit of a cliche, but often cliches are the way they are because they're so true. And even just something simple as a broken finger, get involved, get along to constituency party meetings and stand up to these people who just want to live in this socialist communist utopia. And that's probably going to earn me 5 dislikes at least beneath me. But that's me for today. Got something really interesting to show you in the next vlog.